And we're back.
Oh, hi. So I was rambling on about things and stuff.
Art and life.
Art and life. My experiences in Columbus, Ohio, where I got my art education. Got inspired by the graffiti culture. The Midwest has some amazing and talented people, I must say. Everyone's like, oh, New York's the shit, or freaking LA is the shit. But the Midwest has some very talented folks, I think. So yeah, graffiti was a huge influence to me. It kind of made me start doing I think I started doing characters a lot. That was kind of there's the graffiti thing. There's a lot of people that want to do letters, but there's not as many people that do the characters. I like doing letters too, but it was cool. It was kind of where I started to cultivate my own style. I would say illustration or drawing. So first show I ever did was at a Stain Skin tattoo shop. Thank you, Stain Skin. And I just stayed up, because the other thing with school, you really didn't have too much time to do. And I don't know, industrial design, I think I kind of hated on it at the time more, but I kind of was like, man, I don't want to spend my whole life in a cubicle designing toothbrushes, and which it's actually, industrial design's awesome. It's you can, there was somebody, my buddy had made his senior thesis was using bone conductive sound waves. So if you're surfing, you could listen to music. Probably more for helping humanity. This girl from South Africa made just a water purifying thing that was low cost, and another guy made. So industrial design is really cool because it actually does help people and stuff. But I don't know, man. The creative thing always kind of called me a little more, and so yeah, man. I started doing art shows in Ohio, just kind of put together one with music, and and I moved back to New York for after I graduated finally, after 4.5 years at CCAD, and wanted to go. A bunch of my buddies were talking about we want to go to San Francisco. I was super inspired, like most people, by juxtapose and a lot of the art that I was seeing in there, and I was kind of toy design is what I kind of focused my industrial design career on a little bit, because I was I want to do something creative, and the stuff I really wanted to do was kind of what other they were mostly artists that would make vinyl toys and stuff, and I was that's kind of what I would like to do, is just kind of, I don't know, spend some time to see what this universe I could create, and I think I always kind of told myself at 30, if it wasn't working, I was gonna sometimes I'm man, maybe I should go get that day, that office job, but no, man, I was living in San Francisco. I did an animation internship out there. I feel I've just been trying to sponge up as many things on the way, was in the Bay for a year. That place was great. Just financially, it was crushing me. I was working at a frame. I randomly got a framing job out there, and I was doing art shows at a bunch of different spots, and I was there a year, and maxing out credit cards, and my homie's you should move to Portland, dude. We'll start it's freaking beautiful. I came out when I moved out. When I came out, I rolled through, and yeah, man. Portland's amazing. You got the woods. It's Lord of the Rings around us. We got I don't know. It kind of reminded me of Columbus because it's a big city, suburban city. But no, I kind of got into my friend Beth, actually Myrick. I met her off of I moved here. Had no money, got a job at art media framing, which is a super chill job. You're barely just getting by every month, and just kind of wanted to get try to make an honest shot at making paintings, and trying to figure out how that. I feel you're trying to be an NFL football player or something if you're going to make a living. And I don't know, man. I feel the world's constantly evolving. Anyway, it's an older guy. It's he's I could used to be able to make a living out of painting, but I don't know, can't really know. So I don't know, man. It's we were talking about earlier too. It's there's so many things to do. So that kind of, I moved here, started doing shows. Beth got me. I met Beth through a Craigslist comes drink beer and spray paint. They put on, it was called they put on little raves and stuff, and forget what the name of it was, but. Anyway, we met Beth, and she's dude, you should do a show with the Goodfoot. And the Goodfoot, they just kind of a lot of upcoming artists, a lot of established artists. So it's a bar. So Jason Brown, I met him, and it was called Vinyl Killers, and it was all painted records. And just the community here was freaking awesome. It kind of reminded me of what I had in college, just like, because I grew up not really having people to do art with. I would just do it on the side or kind of in like, it was kind of like, oh, man can draw or whatever, but like, you know, it's really awesome to have people to vibe with and like talk about things and like after getting like a formal education, we're all still working to pay off, Jesus. But no, it's cool, man. I've been here like 7 years, almost 8, and just community here's been pretty awesome. I don't know, man. It's like the transition though. Like I worked at art media for a while, and I was always kind of trying to do the art shows on the side, and it's like going fishing, selling paintings. Like Portland's a spot like uniquely where you can like survive off like coffee shop shows, or not survive, but there are enough places that constantly have rotating art, and like it's kind of like fishing. Like you leave your stuff up, and sometimes people are like, "I love that," or for whatever reason, they're like, "I'm gonna take that piece home," which I don't know, man. I find it super humbling, like how many people have picked up. I used to sell my stuff super cheap, and like I was just trying to like kind of do it more like, kind of looked at Portland last years as like my 10,000 hours, you know, like trying to like. I got a long ways to go in painting and art in general, but like, yeah, man, just trying to make a lot of little paintings. Like if somebody could, you know, spend $30 on like a meal or you know some beer or a bag of weed or something, like I feel like they could buy a painting from me. It was like, because I kind of wanted my art to be for like, I didn't really want to do the fancy, the gallery. Like I thought there was more of a realness with people like, you know, you and me that don't really. Yeah, you should be able to buy my piece, and it shouldn't be. It didn't make sense to like the whole art game's never made sense to me, as most people. You know, it's like you make art. I think everyone should make art. You kind of make art because, like, at least I do, because it's. I don't know. I feel a calling. I feel like if I answered the calling, and I'm like not sure. And sometimes I want to get off the ride. I'm like, what am I trying to even do with this piles of things I'm making? But it's crazy because like staying here as long as I have, I was only gonna stay here a year, and I've like. There are people that support the things I do, and I feel like if I don't keep, I don't know. I'm not saying people are like, "Who's Matt gonna make a piece" or anything. It's just like it's super humbling to see, like, you know, what if Dr. Seuss never made this stuff? You're just like, whatever. Let me get a different job. But like Dr. Seuss inspires the shit out of people. Like it's just that ripple through generations, you know, of like, so I don't know, man. It's like. I feel pretty lucky because this is like probably the 3rd year. I got laid off. That was my big like start into actually just living off my art. But no, man, I was just trying to live off paintings for a while, and that was kind of making me bitter too because people would like steal them or like I don't know. It just wasn't a respect in some ways, even with that bar community and stuff. And it's kind of not a good way to make art when you're worried about selling it. How much you're going to get for it, how fast you can make it, and I kind of started dumbing my art down, and I didn't really, not dumbing it down, I just was like, I'm going to do a simpler piece, you know, and if we're going to sell it for $30, $40 or whatever, and like, I don't know, man, eventually I kind of like I was like, there has to be some other way, and I met my friend Sam, who was a roommate of mine, him and my friend Heather pulled me into caricatures, because they were like, dude, you do it in your art, and they kind of gave me, I mean, these are like 18-year vets and like some of the most talented people I've met. So, yeah, I draw next to Sam. We do some fairs and super intimidating drawing next to this fool. Because you think like I've never did caricatures. I always thought it was super cool. I just never really, you know. But it's cool. I feel like even the graffiti, like I used to do kind of caricaturization, is exaggerated, features on, and I've always been kind of fascinated with the stuff that's like, I don't know, not of this world. You know what I mean? Like drawing stuff, like you can do a still life of a glass, but like, what weird thing did you just make? And like, if you keep drawing it, what does it become? And like, I don't know. What kind of stuff do you like, man? Are you like all over? Like, do you like all sorts of art? Or are you like? I've seen some of your drawings. Like,
man,
because you seem to hop around, like you.
I do hop around. Photography is my main love and passion, and like what got me into the art world. And I used to call myself an art appreciator. Like I would see something that I thought was beautiful, and I would want to take photos of it and document it. And my sister inspired me to start painting, and that like never really did any art classes in high school. I did a few in middle school, but started painting with my sister, and it was just more fun than photography, which I still love and I take very seriously, but that's like by the book and like numbers and science and math, and
so like pretty much composition,
yeah,
and like lighting and like, which is like totally goes with painting and other whatever.
But painting is just whatever the hell I want, and so painting has turned into all sorts of different things.
Painting's awesome. I mean, that's the thing. Just making something that's why I love murals. And I think, I don't know, it's weird trying to figure out, like you're saying, which one to do. Because then it's like, with something bigger than you that you bring to life. It's like, and I like it because it's usually, I mean, I've done murals that are advertising, and I was like, allow me to do other murals that, because it's funny, the graffiti thing is like, the one thing I loved about the school of graffiti is like, you go paint with a bunch of people, and you work together to like do a production or whatever. And sometimes you're doing it illegally, or or I mean, whatever the situation may be. But it's just crazy, the training of like making people work together, and then like the industrial design was pretty crazy because of the like immense amount of drawing and like thought that had to go into it before it was like kind of brainstorming down to like just the flow of designing something and not knowing anything about designing this thing. Like, I'm going to redesign a refrigerator. What the hell do I need to know? I don't know, man. It's a fascinating world, and I feel pretty stoked to have more things that I want to do that I'll ever get the fucking chance to do. You gotta like kind of wherever you got. I feel like you gotta check in with yourself a lot, because it's like my dad's like, be careful what you wish for, because like I've been like, even this year, it's like I work too damn much. Like, working for yourself, like, the thing with artists too is people always want. We're in a uphill battle in a lot of ways, because it's like, it's kind of through history, artists have always been like stapled by somebody, or like if you're gonna start around, and like, because it takes a lot of time to make a painting, and that's kind of where I'm at now, where I've like been trying to take my art back for me and make my best work. I feel like, I mean, so I do like doing quick paintings or whatever, but like, I really just, I don't know, it feels good. It's like the more you push at it, like I feel like there's these different levels, and it just gets funner. Like the stuff you want to make, you'll be making when you're 60 is like you finally have your skills to where you want them. You're like, and now I die. Like, but it's fun, man. It's super fun, and it's like the people you meet on the way. Yeah, right now I'm just bouncing between them, and I feel really lucky. I'm always kind of like, there's times like this year I was so broke, like last year, and it's like, just running your own business is tricky. Like, trying to make sure you have enough money, like, I spread it out, and the murals come sometimes, and like I keep like trying to refine, like make it. Being in our business as an artist, you really actually have to treat it like a business, and I've been slowly fighting that with like, I did some stuff, like Red Bull's been, my buddy works for Red Bull, and they've given me some opportunities to do some really fun projects, and yeah, like some of my friends are like, yeah, you're fucking like, Red Bull's evil, bro, and I'm like, there's people that want free murals from me that like, Red Bull is paying me money to do what I do, and like, getting my stuff so people can see my art. So it's like, it's a weird game, like making art for a living. Like, you have to, there's a game to it, social networking, and I don't, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask, do people see your murals and then, like, is that advertising for you? Do they come to you because of seeing your artwork?
It's weird, because it's like, I think it was my buddy Haberman, or somebody, he said that people rarely notice who the artist is, but I know that style, it's like a lot of people brand their art, like, I'm gonna do this one character forever, and everyone will know me as the guy that does this character, or draw in a certain way, and there's this huge power to that, you know what I mean? Like, sticker kids, like, I feel like, I'm like, man, I should make some more fucking stickers and go to the street art again, but, because, I mean, there's something beautiful about putting art in the street that's like, for me, it's weird balance, because I feel like I'm juggling all these things, like, I'm trying to, like, do art I want to do, and then it's like I painted a painting the other day that was like this thing, and I was like kind of feeling bad because I had these things I'm like behind on, and like totally lame problem, but like but you know what I mean, like you gotta like take some time and make some stuff that you want to make.
Really want to make.
And just for fun, because that's like what keeps I don't know, inspiration's like a weird beast that like I feel like it's trying to there's an artist, he said, yeah, inspiration is like it either comes or you have to force it. Like it's not like it's not gonna just show up all the time. You need it. Like you're gonna have to. I don't know.
I've been documenting my inspiration for so long, like my ideas. So if ever
it's good if you can stay in the flow.
Yeah,
that's a beautiful.
That is not a thing that I will ever have a problem with. Is not having something to work on.
That's cool. Some people want to come bored.
I have a million projects that I'm working on, and if at some point someday I finish all of those, and I'm like, what can I work on? I just go back through like old journals and stuff.
Oh my god, yeah, that's the thing I always like, because I live with a bunch of artists in this house over the years. I've been there like 6 years, and artists. It's funny, nobody like finishing things. Like we always started the ideas, but like it's like land of half-done shit like, in the closet.
You know, someday I'm gonna finish all of them.
One day,
have 100 paintings.
I'll
have 100 finished paintings.
That's it. And that's in your perfect life, we get to leave. Yeah. No. I don't know, man. I've kind of probably just been rambling, but that's kind of what I do anyway.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. There's so many weird. I feel like I've lived a lot of really cool, like little. Yeah, and it's like now, because usually the winter, it gets busy as shit in the summer, because like caricatures, like I'll do gigs for agencies sometimes, and like the longer I stay in Portland, the more I've had things come back, and it's cool. Like I get to go like work with my buddies sometimes, and like I'm like kind of like I think it takes like 5 years to really get good at something. I would say and like characters I'm getting out. I feel like I'm finally like getting like. That's a hard one, dude, doing caricatures, because it's like, if you're not, I like to think I have tougher skin, I would like tougher skin than I have, you know, but like, man, it's like that one person that fucking did not like what you did, it just like ruins my day for me, in my fucking head, and I have to like, put my game face on and be like, yo, or they're like, I want that guy to draw me, because he's better, and I'm like, I'm gonna act like I didn't fucking hear that, you know, or like, it's like you lose your Peter Pan power, you're like, stop believing you could fly, or some shit, you're like, no, but it's great, man, because it actually, like, you know, getting growth doesn't come easy by not, like, having to fucking work for it. It's like, murals the same thing. I don't know, dude. They're fucking hard on your body. Like, I got some great spilled coffee. I feel pretty lucky. I don't know, man. What I really would like to do, I'm asking myself, is like, when I was a kid, I was like, it's so corny, dude. I was like, I want to save the world. Like, I don't even know. It's like, I'm just trying to figure out a way to, like, everyone's like, you got a talent, you should use it or something. It's like, should you, you know? And it's like, I think it's totally up to the individual, like, if they want to go down that road. But trying to figure out how I can, I don't know, even just, like, make people's life a little better with art, I guess, somehow. And, like, maybe be, you know, a decent ripple in my lifetime to hopefully, like I was saying, Dr. Seuss or something that, like, I don't know.
Well,
inspires other people.
When I first met you, I told you that I knew you by your art and your style, and like seeing it around town, whether it be murals or like in shows, whatever. Like before I met you.
That's fucking rad, man. It's like you never know if anybody pays attention. I feel like most people that do pay attention are artists themselves, or like even caricatures. It's like a lot of the kids are really into it. Or like everyone's like, it's weird. I taught our friends got this place called the Loaded Brush, and I thought there was like that show up and drink, like do like a painting on Mount Hood or something. I realized that like teaching people, like everybody, I think everyone's got it in them. Some people, I don't know. It's an interesting debate, but I feel like if you're inspired or stoked on something, you'll learn it faster. Mm-hmm. And like, I mean, you can also like block yourself from learning by being really intimidated by it. But yeah, people in the classes, it was interesting. They would always not really like what they were doing and would like what everyone else was doing more. And like, I feel like that's such a human thing.
I've always been so...
We're ashamed to suck.
Yeah, exactly.
We're afraid to suck.
Afraid. And like...
It's natural, dude.
There are certain things that if I wasn't good at, I would just drop it. I was just like, I don't want to do it. I'm bad at that. And other things, I was just like so stubborn that I was like, I don't care if I
That's
suck.
what I think it is that fucking like tenacity or that I'm just
I know I suck at this, but I want to do it anyway.
Totally, like I ski
and I want to get good at it.
Dude, yeah, you know what's, you get good at things that are like without even, it's it's funny, like, because there would be somebody that wasn't even trying, was kicking everyone's ass, and like, but I think they just were in this magic zone of like not caring and like having fun with it. You know what I mean?
You do it so many times. I was painting yesterday with my friends, and as I was making brushstrokes, I'm like, I actually noticed that my hand is a lot steadier than it used to be, and I'm able to make...
It's that muscle memory.
Well, yeah, it's confidence.
You're going through it, you know what it's going to do more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's weird how they all kind of become an extension of your slow. Like, all the little tools you use. And then you try something else, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but like, I was messing with oils, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a little different. I forgot. It's like, you gotta, like, this is awesome. All my blends look super sexy. But yeah, it's like, it takes forever to dry.
So where are you showing your work, and how do people get a hold of you?
So yeah, I'm actually, like anything, just trying to iron it out always. But no, I have I feel blessed that like there's a Logic the Salon is a hair salon. Like there's a lot of little businesses I've worked with. There are people I've met over the years that support what I do, and like the Canna Connect, Portland's booming weed industry now. The Canna Connect's been around for a while, and so I have a lot of art in there. And I kind of look forward to working with like places where like I'm gonna be doing a mural on the outside, and we were talking about like just trying to make it more like an art hub where there's like rotating murals and just, I don't know, this city is so thriving. Like you can go see a show, it's so saturated with artists and like creative people, and we're watching it turn into San Francisco slowly, but it's a really cool time to live here, I think. And like yeah, with the town, because I've lived in other places that don't have the opportunity, like the coffee shop stuff I was talking about, like maybe one hip coffee shop in town was I put some art on the wall or something, you know, in upstate New York. No offense, upstate New York, I know you're doing some cool shit, but so yeah, you can see Logic the Salon. Sometimes, let's see, where am I doing a show? Doing one at the Ford Building with Chris, my roommate Chris, Jen, Jim Griffo, Allie Schlittling, sorry Allie, and Emily Bates, all very talented ladies. Yeah, I don't know, Etsy shop is not really up at the moment. I feel blessed, but I've just been like so busy, like this summer. It's like been a good problem, like too busy. That's the hardest thing, is like I never thought, like just back on commission, like things like for my buddies that I keep putting on the back burner, but like finally catching up. But where else? So yeah, I'm actually about to go switch those two spots up, so there'll be some fresh art if you want to check that out. Schlosky.com. I'm hoping this winter I'll get everything relogged on there. Yeah, I don't know. This year I'd like to do. I'm kind of working on a more mobile art setup, like think about the Saturday market. I do a lot of different coffee bar shows, but they're just like random, always changing. Like some months more. I haven't really been looking for them as much because it's I don't know. I think my next move I want to do for art though is like I want to make really like try to push myself to do my best work and like do paintings that are like 300 hours or something like and more thought out series and really put more brain power, because the best work I've done is no half stepping, you know, taking the time with it. I used to like make sure every piece for my own personal thing. I don't know. I just went through like pretty painful breakup. I mean, not to talk about that, but it's interesting now. I'm feeling better. You know, the heartbreak. But it is funny that they say those things. I've been feeling super inspired lately, and it's like great. It's like kind of refreshing, because I feel like when you start something, you probably notice like when you start it, you're so inspired by it. But then when you kind of get used to it, like I get used to it. Like there's really cool art around me a lot, and like I'm kind of feel like you live in a really pigeonholed world, kind of. So yeah, I don't know, man. I'm feeling pretty stoked. I want to make some. Been always trying to do stuff. It's weird, like you know, you create what is it, collective consciousness? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's kind of like that's what really has always kind of fascinated me, is where these things come from. Like I see things I'll paint that other people have painted, or on the other side of the world, or like. So like my senior thesis.
Salvador Dali was doing that stuff. Yeah. Like he was painting like, one thing, and like there was another artist
doing the same thing. Yeah. Well, you hear about it too. Like it's like, what was it, Edison, or I'm trying to think. like 3 people went for a patent on the light bulb at the same time, different parts of the world, unconnected. And it's just like, and I totally believe that, and I feel like we're all just kind of like a little portal taking that stuff from the subconscious and like bringing it out here, and like, it's interesting. That's why I like what comes out, the weird things, and kind of like, I don't know, I've been doing a lot of, I've always loved animals, and like, I used to be a downer, but it's like, it's kind of sad, like, I do want kids and like a family, you know what I mean, at some point, and like, I would love to figure that humans in our lifetime would somehow figure out a way to not destroy fucking planet with the way we're just the way the culture is, you know, like not to, it's just, and like, not that like art's gonna save the world, but it's like, I don't know, like there's like artists like Swoon, like I respect the fuck out of, that are like, they're just trying to like get people to think differently and wake people up, and like, not that they have answers or I have answers, I'm just as lost as the rest of us, but like, just trying to like, same team, like, I don't know, I put things in my art, it's like same team, and it's just like trying to motivate people to like, I don't know, man, like, I have friends that like put a lot of hateful art out there, and like, yeah, I got, you know, I have another, we all have our own darkness, like, I don't really, I'd rather make people's day a little better with the art I put into the universe, or try to, I don't know, try to put more positive things out there. I don't know, man, there's people I like my friend Icho, I love his shit, because I just feel like his shit is beautifully raw. It's just like, you see what dude is like, feeling and thinking, and it's like he's like, fuck this shit, like, and you know, it's funny, and it's like, I don't know, that's why I'm sure that's why most people like the street art revolution has been really crazy, because I feel like a lot more people just have like a voice in the world, you know, like how many places have you been that are just so fucking gray, and have like, that's one thing about Portland, I feel like you're spoiled living here too, because it's like so much culture, like, people just doing interesting shit everywhere. You're like, oh, you're a yogi, fucking coffee brewer, kombucha making, like tall bike riding clown, like, that's great.
Yeah. Welcome.
Yeah.
We love you.
Cool. Me too. No.
I'm from Nebraska, and the art culture there is very small, very limited, and like you said, there's very few places to show art, and like,
they're also coveted there, you know, or like there is that part of the community that's like stoked that they exist, but like, yeah, you're right, there might be some places that's like,
and truthfully, in Nebraska, I was literally nothing in the artistic community. I wasn't really active or involved, or I wasn't making art. I came to Portland to become an artist.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't know, man, it's like, what is it, what is an artist? I don't know, I think art's in everything, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can be a musician, you could be, I don't know, man, I say saying inspired is like, kind of like art, I would say, like, just be, I don't know.
Art is life, and everybody creates, everybody,
true.
Yeah.
Statements that are true.
Everybody creates something. Like, what do you create? Do you create relationships?
Oh, come on.
Do you create coffee?
Yeah, no, and like, that's like why, yeah, and like, I don't know, man, it's like, even like, I've been doing stuff for like a food cart, latte food cart, and like, I don't know, man, like, some of these guys, just the amazing positivity these dudes have, about just like, fuck, man, because it's like, the art game's rough, it's just like, I feel like I was, not rough, but it's just like, if you're nice, you know, if you're a good business person, you might not walk down these roads, but it's like, yeah, people will, and it's good, because the whole thing is like getting exposure, right, but it's like, exposure doesn't pay your bills, and like, you do, it's just that weird juggling act, you know, and it's like, if I do this thing, am I legit? It's like, but no, I think it always comes back to just staying true with what you're doing. Like, somebody, I don't know, man, somebody said, like, don't worry about being successful, just worry about like doing the best you can at what you're doing. Like, stay stoked, stay passionate, and like, the rest falls in place. And like, when I can stay that, it's not easy to stay that way ever, but that's when life's been better for me. You
Positivity is a choice.
It is, it's hard, it's not always easy.
No, definitely not.
Like, I don't know, man. Some people, I think, just are wired. It might be a little easier for them. So yeah, art's around town. I got some murals around town. I would like to paint some more. I'm working on one on the for the Black United Fund. It's a last Thursday piece. Actually just trying to even push myself to do better. Like, I don't know, I've never really done a mural that like told a story, you know? I mean, Norman Rockwell's like one of my favorite artists, illustrators, just because like, I don't know, just beautifully, like, design-wise and what he could draw, but like, just tells a story with a lot of images. And, yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's a beautiful thing when done well, I guess. Yeah, man. Right now, just doing some caricature work this year. I really would like to put together a mural tour. I'm like kind of like trying to either like, I don't know, it's weird. I'm like trying to make like a more steady business, you know. It's like I just did. If you go to the Doug for Red Bull, it was cool. I got to do for the Sound Select, just do like a totem. I painted they have a mirror down there if you go see a show. So it's just like temporary art. It'll be up for like 6 months. Bunch of animals from the Doug Fir Forest. Thank you, Katie, for the recommendation on the little critters. What else is going on? Mechanic Connect mural and yeah, man, just hustling and bustling, dude. Looking forward to making some pieces with these guys for that show.
The last thing that I wanted to talk about is a gallery that I throw every once in a while. It's been a while.
You were telling me about that before.
It's called Fourth Effing Friday. There will be one at my house coming up soon, and there will be a bigger one at a venue that I don't have yet. But that'll be artists from the last year and a half that I've interviewed.
Right on, man.
And so
You've interviewed quite a bit of people.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I hope there is a lot of people.
You're like making adventure happen all the time for yourself. It's fucking bad.
Yeah. So look forward to those coming up.
Yeah, man.
There's always a ton of artists, live music. At my house, at least, there's going to be free booze and food. We paint on the walls, and we do a little art raffle. I ask all the artists that are involved in the gallery to donate something small. It's not a requirement. It's just if you want to, great. If not, great.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's the thing. We got some paintings downstairs, I'll tell you that.
And so very last thing we do at the end of the night is have a raffle. Any of the guests that wanted to donate $5 or more to the video blog and to the gallery get a raffle ticket and just raffle everything off. And it's an inexpensive way to get really amazing art from really amazing artists in Portland.
That's like, there's so many. That's the other thing, you go into a bunch of coffee shops and it's like, I think people get used to seeing pretty decent art.
Yeah.
Hanging. Portland's so fancy.
Do you have any last comments, questions, concerns?
Nah, man. I don't know. Thanks for talking to me, man.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty interesting hopping into any creative person's life and figuring out how they make it happen. Artists out there, if you're gonna make art for a living, I don't know, man. Keep your inspiration, dude. Don't lose it. That was like something I learned in the last couple of years. Was just like, I don't know, dude. Don't worry too much about what you think people will sell. It's just like make something that, I don't know. It's like you're a musician. You can tell if they're really feeling their piece or not. Mm-hmm. And it's like a little light. It's hard. It's a tricky bastard to keep around. Stay inspired, man. Try to get up and do something awesome, man. Fucking make the world better. Because there's a lot of us reproducing all over. And we need to stop idiocracy from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, support art. Go see stuff. Support community, man. I think that's like the beginning, starting local. That's one thing I love about Portland, man. And thank you, dude. Feel fucking lucky. Thanks for talking to me.
Thank you for having me here. Matt Schlosky, everybody. I'm Jacob Wolf. This is the Art Life video blog. I think we said day 160.
We'll do $160, man.
Wow.
Thanks, guys.
That's pretty crazy. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.